When Detective Ruiz called it in, the warehouse basement went silent. This wasn't just a hiding place, it was a shrine to obsession. Stacks of photos, countless timestamps, and printed emails all showed the same thing. Daniel Mercer had been watched for months. Someone had planned this with the patience of a hunter, every move documented, every weakness analyzed. Within hours, the media storm exploded. The perfect crime, the headlines screamed. Was Daniel a victim or a player in something far darker? His face was everywhere, while investigators scrambled to figure out who had been tracking him and why. Ruiz's attention was glued to a single document labeled Phase 2, Completion. The file had been printed from a local business center. Security footage showed a hooded figure using a public computer at 2:17 in the morning, face hidden, hands gloved. They paid in cash. It was another dead end, or so it seemed. Then, the number from the storm drain, the one they thought was a random clue, came back to haunt them. It wasn't random at all. It matched a safety deposit box at a private vault service on the edge of the city. The name on the box wasn't Daniel's. It belonged to a shell company, one directly connected to his offshore accounts. When they prized the box open, everyone in the room froze. Inside were multiple passports, each with Daniel's photo, but different names, and a single flash drive sealed in plastic. That flash drive unlocked everything, and at the same time, made nothing simpler. It was filled with spreadsheets, records of wire transfers, and contracts linking Daniel to a massive network that was laundering millions through fake investment firms. He wasn't just a consultant, he was a broker for criminals, quietly cleaning money for people who didn't tolerate loose ends. And then, they found the final file, a video recording. Daniel stared into the camera, exhausted, his eyes hollow. He confessed everything. He had tried to leave the network. He had stolen from them, hoping to disappear with his wife, Claire. The plan was to stage his own death and vanish forever. But the people he betrayed were already watching his every move. His last words on the recording sent a chill through the room. "If you are seeing this, it means they decided to make an example of me." The victim had been planning his own escape, and someone had beaten him to it. The entire investigation shifted. This wasn't a domestic tragedy anymore. It was organized crime. She met a man with a shaved head and a heavy coat. They spoke briefly, then she handed him an envelope. As the police moved in, the man bolted. Claire started screaming, claiming she didn't know him, that she was being threatened. But the envelope told a different story. Inside was cash and a burner phone with only one contact saved, labeled Phase 3. The man escaped into a stairwell, but he left his coat behind. Inside the pocket, detectives found a transit card, which they traced to an apartment complex near the river. When the tactical team stormed the unit hours later, they found it empty except for a single laptop left on a table. On the screen, an open message waited for them: "You're already too late." As Ruiz stared at those words, her phone vibrated. It was the captain, his voice tight with urgency. Another body had just been found, and this time, it was someone connected directly to Daniel's secret network. The game had just escalated, and the hunters were now the hunted. Thanks for watching. If you want to see where this investigation goes next, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll be back with more.